I was like, hey Megan, he knows you.
Way up high.
Notice this here is very dry, red. The people standing on the ridge over there. Because later we're going to get on the other side of the island. And you may not know the amount of rainfall you get at your home, maybe you do, but we get about 37 feet of rain or 450 inches of rainfall annually on top of the island of Kauai. But on the southwest side we might only get 20 inches over on the right. Less than 2 feet. You can see Dustin, the guy standing here trying to see the fall. This is the best lookout on the ground to see the falls.
Wake up where the clouds are far behind. Well, trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find.
All the way down is the Barking Sands United States Navy Military Airfield and the Pacific Missile Range facility. This is a transitional area we're going to go over of eucalyptus trees from Australia. We don't have any koala, but we could get some. We'd have hula koala. But these trees grew into a forest here, and it became the area where our bats that were here before humans have their young now in September. If you go to Australia, you'll find that these trees have bats there too, a different type. So there's something about these trees that the bats like.
Green and red roses too. I watched them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and the...
Now Kurt, you ever heard of something called RIMPAC? Military War Game Exercise? No. It's a Rim of the Pacific War Game Exercise. It goes on every 2 years from about June 27th to August 2nd. So tomorrow will be the last day. There's 16 different countries involved. South Korea, Japan, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. This year Vietnam and also Israel are involved. They do war game exercises, primarily naval exercises, and you could imagine we could have 200 different jet fighters flying around. You might hear them up in the higher altitudes. Well, over on the left here is a military training area, so this is involved in the RIMPAC exercises. The white balls is a radar tracking site. So we stay up here till we get past that area, then it opens up to the civilian section, which coincidentally is the more exotic section. You can take a boat down here. It takes about 5 to 7 hours to sail along the coast.
The clouds are far behind me. Well, trouble melts like a lemon drops high above.
People hike down here, Dustin, from the top. It takes 2.5 hours to get down to this ridge here to look into this valley called Nuulalina, where they filmed King Kong back in the 70s. 6 days, 7 nights with Harrison Ford right on the ridge here as well.
Way up high, and the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't
Sometimes, Neil, you can see people standing on the ridge right up here. It's about 2,200 feet up. I don't see anybody there. Well, there's a guy in a navy blue shirt and short in the dirt up there. we had come out of this valley, Kim, there's like a coral reef there, a small one on your side. Because there's a reef there, then they'd have fish. Because they'd have fish, they made a fishing village there back in the old days. So it'll be an ancient Hawaiian fishing village site. Today they go snorkeling there. You might see snorkelers in the water.
I think we're coming later today to do that.
Oh, is that right? You're doing the catamaran trip today? Yeah, they may or may not stop there. They kind of change where they go. Sometimes they'll stop there, sometimes they'll stop other places. You can kind of check with them to see which one they're going to. But the boats might go right up into the cliff areas. You can see Megan, there's a beach coming up in front of you, has an arch at Honolulu's where they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp. A lot of the girls like him, right, so they would wait outside the hotel for him to come out to film. Oh, Johnny Depp, right? And then when he'd come out, they'd all follow him, but the girls who were smart and savvy would wait, and then the real Johnny Depp would come out. They actually had a double. Can you see the boat in the cave there? You might be able to see the boat that just went in the cave below you. It's a lava tube cave open to the sky. If you look right below you down there. And then coming up on your side, Kim, is the open ceiling cave. This is known as the Valley of the Kings. Does that look just like Missouri? There's no roads in here. It's illegal to land a boat on the beach because they used to bury the Hawaiian royalty in here. You can get permission to land there, but they do allow you to swim without a permit, so kind of interesting. You can dock offshore and swim ashore, but you can't take the boat on shore. Alright, Kim, look on your side here as we slow down. Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
Those white birds there, Megan, are called white-tailed tropic birds, but sometimes they have red tails. This is really rare, but the bird is still white. So they have red and white-tailed tropic birds. They live in the cliffs. They get fish, and there's another bird called the Eva. It's about a 4 to 7 foot wingspan. It's black with a white chest, looks like it's wearing a tuxedo. It soars around up here waiting for that tropic bird to catch a fish. When it's bringing the fish back up to its young in the cliffs, it will attack it. Now it's not trying to hurt it, but it wants it to regurgitate a fish that it caught, and once it does, then it keeps diving and grabs the fish. Why doesn't it just catch its own fish? This is the Kalalau Valley, the biggest valley on the Nepali coast. Dustin, on your side you can see it looks like Machu Picchu in South America, the city in the clouds. Look on the right here. The waterfall here would be a freshwater drinking supply the Hawaiians would have used when they lived here in the valley, which they did until about the